Okay. Uh, Good day, sir. Our group is here to talk about walling materials. So, what are walls? We know that walls are what we see, of course, in structures, in buildings, in our homes, and walls create enclosure and a division which make up the rooms in a structure. They support the roof and the floor of buildings and give you protection from external factors. So in for so basically walls give you the sense of enclosure and division. So this division create the rooms in our house, the rooms in the buildings and office buildings or commercial buildings, and there are different ways to create walls. There are a wide variety of materials that can be both beneficial and cost efficient depending on what type of building you have or and depending on the certain climate or the weather that you experience in different countries, because not every country would have the same type of material because there are different conditions, and these conditions need to be met. The requirements of the walls or the building should be met to the specific conditions.
So first we have natural stones. Natural stones are quarried or smaller pieces of rocks, which itself is a large concrete mass of earth or mineral matter. Based on the dimension of natural stones and its appearance, natural stones are used in different masonry work. For instance, partly trimmed pieces of stones are extensively used in domestic coursed or semi-coursed masonry, while precisely cut blocks of stones are used to make ashlar stoneworks. Frequently used building stones such as granite, basalt, limestone, marble, and slate. So first, granite. It is an intrusive igneous rock having strong and non-porous characteristics. These are usually used for the construction of river walls, dams, bridge piers, and its polished form is used for cladding in columns and walls. Basalt, we have it is an extrusive igneous rock that is hard and strong, but has fractures and is porous. It is used in rubble masonry works for the construction of river walls, bridge piers, and dams. Limestone is a sedimentary rock used as an aggregate for concrete, while marble is a metamorphosed limestone and is harder than the normal limestone, and it is available in various colors and it is used in interior facing walling work. Lastly, we have slate. Slate has a fine grained structure and is a form of metamorphosed clay and is used in both interior and exterior facing walls. Next, we have bricks. Brick is a rectangular block used to make walls, pavements, street, and etc. etc. In masonry construction, it can be made using clay bearing soil, lime, and sand. There are two types of bricks: fired bricks and non fired bricks. Fired bricks are made by preheating, roasting, and insulating in a cool rack in a kiln. The fired bricks have many varieties, such as fired common bricks, fired porous bricks, and fired hollow bricks and hollow blocks or hollow bricks. Next, we have fired common bricks. The fired common bricks are made by roasting clay, coal gang, shale, or fly ash and are usually rectangular in shape. Based on the raw materials used, fired common bricks can be classified as fired clay bricks, fired coal gang bricks, and many more. These bricks are used in constructing the exterior as well as interior walls of buildings. Next, we have fired porous bricks. As the name suggests, the fired porous bricks are porous bricks having bedding surfaces. The brick has high strength and thus is used in load bearing portions of the building. Next, we have fired hollow bricks, rather. The fired bricks have larger pores on the on the end faces, which reduces its dead weight. The strength of these blocks is comparatively lower than the fired porous blocks and thus is used in non-bearing wall portions. Next and lastly, we have non fired bricks. Non fired bricks, unlike the fired bricks, aren't made by roasting. Autoclave lime sand bricks, slag bricks, fly ash bricks, and carbonated lime bricks are the types of non fired bricks. For the next walling material, we have Miss Andrea Parrocho.
Blocks. Blocks are artificial material used in masonry that are larger than um, wall bricks in size. They are they can be divided into three types based on its dimension: large size blocks, medium size blocks, and small size blocks. Based on the type of material used, wall blocks have many varieties, namely aerated concrete blocks, foam concrete blocks, concrete hollow blocks, among others. Concrete blocks are very modern and sophisticated material because they're artificially produced, and because they are artificially produced, they offer a lot of flexibility and variety. And with the kind of uh, material that they are created from, they are quite strong even when applied pressure. So the pros of blocks are they're very durable. They have a lot of variety. They're quite easy to install. They're very low maintenance and they're eco-friendly. However, they also have challenges, namely, they are quite demanding since concrete blocks have to be carefully designed. They require professional advice about issues of drainage and effective support. And also the lack of proper support may affect their durability. They also lack in height because they can be used only for walls that are no taller than 4 feet. So if you want to raise your rose beds or like your walls to higher levels, you can't exactly do that with with blocks, and they're quite complicated to uninstall or to remove. So if you want to change the placement of your wall, you're gonna have to go through a lot of trouble to do that. Next slide, please. Next is aerated concrete blocks, or also known as autoclave aerated concrete, or AAC. It is made with fine aggregate, cement, and an expansion agent that causes the fresh mixture to rise like bread dough. In the factory where it is made, the material is molded and cut precisely into dimension units. This autoclave aerated concrete is 80% air. It's quite lightweight for a block, and um, they are made they cured blocks or panels of autoclave aerated concrete are joined with thin bed mortar. Components can be used. These kinds of components can be used for walls, floors, and roofs. And since it's lightweight, it offers excellent sound and thermal insulation. And like all cement-based materials, it is strong and fire resistant. So the advantages of aerated concrete blocks is that it provides insulation and structural capability, durability and dimensional stability, fire resistance, and because its advantages because it's also lightweight. But the material does have its limitations since it is not widely available as most concrete products. However, it can be shipped anywhere. If it has to be shipped, its lightweight is advantageous because it's lower strength. It is lower strength than most concrete products or systems. In load-bearing applications, it must typically be reinforced, and it also requires a protective finish since the material is porous and would deteriorate if left exposed. Next slide. Next is foam concrete blocks. Foam concrete blocks are building blocks obtained from foam concrete. It is a building block the size of several bricks with a mass less than concrete. The structural properties of foam concrete blocks depend on the density of the foam concrete. Um, Structural properties of the foam concrete blocks depend on the density of the foam concrete, which is used in their manufacture as well as on the accuracy of their technological process. Um, you're able to tell the density of this foam concrete can be denoted by the letter D, and the number after indicates the value per meter cube, value in kilograms per meter cube or cubic meter. Next. So, um, this concrete hollow blocks. They are the most extensively used walling materials in the Philippines. Some of the reasons for why it is widely used in this country is because it is quite low in cost compared to other materials, and also because of the speed of installation by semi-skilled laborers. Concrete hollow block walls are very weak against lateral loads like pushing or pulling forces from typhoon or earthquake. Adding steel reinforcing bars vertically and horizontally inside concrete hollow blocks can increase their resistance to lateral loads. Um, Typical applications in humanitarian shelter projects. Concrete hollow blocks can be used as non-load bearing infill between reinforced concrete columns and beams. It can be used as load bearing infill between reinforced concrete columns and beams, as load bearing reinforced concrete hollow blocks in reinforced masonry buildings. So below in the slide, you can also see the standard product sizes in the Philippines, wherein the length is 40 centimeters, the height is 20 centimeters, and the depth is about 10 centimeters. So the advantages of concrete hollow blocks is that it's a readily available product. It's good thermal and sound resistance, high fire resistance. It can be reinforced to increase lateral resistance against earthquake and typhoon, and it has a 20 plus or as a lifespan of higher than 20 years. Next, please. So the proportioning for concrete hollow blocks, for the manufacture of concrete hollow blocks, this can be shown in the following table. Um, it is there are two different ways of doing this by weight of, or volume. The mixture proportion is 1:7, and for water, clean water should be used, and the common concrete hollow blocks mix is half bucket of water, 1 bucket of cement, and 7 buckets of sand. Common mortar mix would be 1 bucket of water, 1 bucket of cement, and 3 buckets of sand. And the mixing time should be around um, revolution should be about 14 and 20 per minute when mixing. And for curing, the CHBs should be covered with a plastic sheet or tarpaulin and kept damp and shaded for about 7 days to effectively cure. Next. Wall plates. Wall plates are lightweight flat boards. The main types of wall plates include cement wall plates, gypsum wall boards, plant fiber boards or fiber boards, and composite wall boards. The cement wall plates are known to have good durability and mechanical properties and are used in the construction of bearing walls, outer walls, and composite walls. Next, gypsum board or gypsum wall board. It is commonly known as a drywall. Gypsum board or gypsum wall board is the premier building material for wall, ceiling, and partition systems in residential, institutional, and commercial structures. So, it's known as drywall because of its inherent fire resistance, and it is designed to provide a monolithic surface when joints and fastener heads are covered with a joint treatment system. It also provides good sound control, versatility, and quality and convenience. The types of gypsum board mentioned are regular gypsum board and type X gypsum board. Um, Gypsum board is one of the many gypsum panel products defined in the ASTM C11 standard terminology related to gypsum. It is the gypsum is defined as the general name for a family of sheet products consisting essentially of gypsum. Um, This term includes gypsum board, glass mat gypsum panels, abuse-resistant and impact-resistant gypsum panels, and gypsum shaft liner panels. Next. Fiberboard or plant fiberboard. Fiberboard is a type of engineered wood product that is made out of wood fibers. Types of fiberboard include particle board or low dry density fiberboard or LDF, medium density fiberboard or MDF, and hardboard high density fiberboard or HDF. Fiberboard classified by STM C208 standard specification for cellulosic fiber insulating board. So fiberboard is known to be quite advantageous because of its environmental quality. It is a green product and is really good um, for the environment and green or environment friendly architecture. So the applications of this fiberboard include soundproofing or sound deadening, structural sheeting, low slope roofing, as mentioned before, sound deadening, but this time for flooring. It is also used in automotive industry to create free-form shapes such as dashboards, rear parcel shelves, and indoor door shelves. Next, please. Composite wallboards. Composite wallboards or composite board is a wood engineered with both plastic content and wood fiber that has been extruded and heated. It is also known as engineered wood, and this special wood material also includes ultraviolet inhibitors, pigments, and boron preservatives. So, composite board is also used in a variety of home construction projects, trimming exterior shutters, and other home products. It comes in a variety of colors and types and offers long-lasting protection from wear and tear. It's very ideal to choose in since it has a lot of benefits. So composite wallboards also have different types. Like similar to fiberboards, they have medium density fiberboard or MDF. They have oriented strand board, OSB, and they also have particle board. And the advantages of the composite board is that it is easily installed since it is man-made and it's specifically designed to meet performance requirements for a variety of applications. It should be simple. It should have a simple installation process. It is cost effective due to its manufacturing procedure and availability. It is a more cost effective material to use for exterior home products than solid wood. It has a variety in of size and color since you can choose whatever color and texture you prefer thanks to the wide selection of available treatments and sizes. It has structural resilience, and because composite board offers long-lasting protection and strength, it is useful as a trim or an entire product such as exterior shutters. Some composite boards, such as particle board, can withstand outdoor elements and also resist moisture. And another advantage similar to fiberboards is that it is made of recycled materials using fewer trees than solid wood material. And this makes it also quite ideal for incorporating in sustainable design or environmentally friendly architecture.
Other walling materials include tiles. Tiles are valued materials for walling mainly because of their ability to absorb sound. They are made from different materials, some of which are natural stone and ceramic. Its aesthetic and stylish appeal also comes in handy, making the material more eligible for interior design. Additionally, these materials also come at a reasonable price. Next slide, please. Glass. Glass is regarded to be the most versatile construction material, but even in the present, new applications of glass continue to emerge. First used in 500 BC Egypt, I know, not Egypt, 500 BC, I think it was the House of Pompeii. Initially used only as window panes, the role of glass in architecture has then developed, eventually leading to the present where glass has become one of the most common walling materials because of its properties such as transparency, strength, workability, as well as being recyclable. There are also types of glass with lower U values and thus have better insulation properties. Next slide. Wood. Wood has a rich history of being a construction material, going as far beyond as 2600 BC Egypt. One of its many advantages is because it is machinable and it can be manufactured into different sizes and lengths. An example of this is plywood. Plywood is naturally sturdy because it is comprised of veneer placed at alternating directions. This construction material is not only durable, with minimal warping, but it also costs less. Wood in general has unique properties such as being versatile, making it exceptionally useful when used as walling as well as furniture. And lastly, wood is a renewable source and is environmentally maintainable. Next.
So the next walling material is cork. Cork sheets not only cover up walls but they also provide an aesthetic look and also provide some soundproofing for rooms. So corks are like what people use when you see those mga walls with those um egg trays, those carton egg trays. So it works in a similar way with that. Um, corks cork coverings are usually used for decoration or a modern alternative to the traditional ways of walling or covering up ceilings. Um, cork walls would be very useful if you would want to have a pinboard, a very large pinboard in your office or in a children's room. So a good it would be a good material to use for those certain uses. Um, Cork is also a natural insulator, so it can both handle heat and cold temperatures. The next material is steel or metal panels. So there are three different types: single skin panels, metal composite panels, and insulated metal panels. So the single skin panel is a panel which is preformed or um, they are made they are formed beforehand. So they are typically just one interlocking layer of pre-finished or natural metal that has been preformed to any desirable profile. So these can be installed horizontally or vertically in less time and with a very cheap cost compared to other metal panel materials. They can be insulated or uninsulated and can have a protective coating to keep it from corroding or from fading the color. Uh, these these panels are less rigid, so the compared to other types of panels, so they are very prone to damage, especially at ground level. The next material is metal composite panels. So these are two sheets bonded to a core of either polyethylene or a fire retardant plastic material. So from the picture, you can see that the metal composite material is covering up the exterior gypsum and the interior gypsum. So this is like um it's almost like you're sandwiching, but not literally sandwiching the metal to the plastic, but these are bonded. These are bonded through through a specific temperature, pressure, and tension depending on what it will be used for. So these panels are advantageous because they retain their manufactured shape even after you install them on your walls. They are multifunctional, so these can be installed on different types of walls depending on what the plan is. They can be bent or curved so that they can suit whatever requirement the plan of the building or of the house is asking for, and that they also provide a building envelope, quote unquote, protecting the exterior building from the harsh conditions of the exterior like air and water infiltration. The next panel would be insulated metal panels or IMP. These panels are two thick sheets of metal that sandwich uh, a foam in the center. So from the picture, you can see that there are two skin, or those are the metal sheets, and there's a foam core in the middle. So they are great to control climated. They are great to control climate controlled facilities. So if it's very hot or if it's very cold, they are also very energy efficient. They provide energy efficient insulation and are also quick to install. They have different widths and profiles and finishes so that you can achieve almost any look that you would want. And basing from the because you can have different widths, uh, you can customize it to what the building really needs. So the next is cladding. This is very popular here in the Philippines. You can see many buildings with aluminum glass or wood wood cladding. So cladding is the process of covering a wall or a structure with material to add protection to the building. So basically, if you have like a bare cement wall, people would like to put another material over it. So that's cladding, so that improve the it can improve the the wall, and also try to provide aesthetic look so that it would look not so bare like normal concrete. Um, Brick is a very good material because it is fire resistant and it is thermally efficient. It is weatherproof and low maintenance, and it is also non-toxic. So they provide a very good sound insulation. We learned from before that bricks can come in many different types of colors, sizes, finishes, and textures depending on what you want for your house or for your building. Um, you would just have to make the brick into whatever color or finish that you want so that you can enhance the design flexibility. The next one would be metal. These are steel cladding. These are steel claddings that deliver several performance benefits because they have a long lifespan to resist chipping, flaking, and also provide fire protection. And they are actually very they require low maintenance and are lightweight. So the next one is glass cladding. It is very versatile in the design perspective. Many designers choose glass because they give a very modern look while trying to ensure eco-friendly construction. From different interesting colors or tints of the glass to different shapes and dimensions, they try to give the building a very unique look. Um, tinted tinted glass is also used so that it would try to block out the rays of the sun, because if you would want your building to use glass, like just the clear glass, um, tendency is that your sunlight would be very uh, wouldn't would pass through very easily. So um, you can have tinted glass so that um, that would solve the problem. Or tinted glass is also used for um, if you have like an office for like the higher rank people in a business, they would like to have the tinted glass so that they would have the privacy that they would want in their office, or that they just don't want people to see what they're doing. The next one is wood cladding. Um, this has uh, this has been very popular, and just like what Sid mentioned, it has been a very long building material since before. It is very sustainable, and it is of course a traditional material. It can give a very nice modern look to houses, and it is a very practical, sustainable external finish, very there is a very wide array of different grades, profiles, and colors of wood that you would like to that you can choose from. It is very resilient to seismic movements, so it can resist. It has a good resiliency to your earthquakes, and it also tries to give you the decorative look to your buildings. The The surface coating of an exterior pigmented stain or paint is recommended to avoid it from weathering. So in time when your wood would be exposed to the outdoor conditions, there is a tendency that it would fade, or that it would not look like as it wouldn't look like it was new, because in time weathering will happen. So it is good to maintain it with your pigmented stain or paint. So the long-term performance also hinges on periodic maintenance and recoating when required. This type of cladding can be fixed on steel frameworks. Uh, Aluminum cladding is very popular here in the Philippines because you can see very many office buildings or condominiums with aluminum cladding. This is because it provides a very good aesthetic look. It is very durable. It has a good resiliency to weather, and maintenance is um not that not that high. So um there are things that you should consider, because there are important considerations for your cladding with aluminum, because like your thermal, acoustic, and fire performance. Aluminum cladding is not that expensive, so that is why it is very popular here. It gives you that it gives you that aesthetic look, while uh, it gives you that aesthetic look and a good protection for your building, while not really being too expensive. So the next one is natural stone. This is very ideal for outdoor feature walls or pool areas. Um, they are also used for fireplaces as well as columns and fountains. They are they People choose natural stone because it fits well with your setting if ever you want a more natural looking home. Um, these stones are high density, so they would absorb less water and are they discolor at a slower rate, so you don't really have to maintain them so that much whenever they discolor, because they don't do so that quickly. Um, Natural stone cladding in darker shades are easier to maintain because it wouldn't show the dirt on the stones as clearly as the lighter shade of stones. The next one is concrete. Precast concrete cladding is formed by off-site manufacturing precast concrete panels. So these are these are claddings which make use of concrete panels. So it's like they use the panels to just cover over the concrete. These panels can be used for a wide range of applications. Besides its structural benefits, concrete cladding can be a great way to incorporate sculptured shapes into your exterior cladding design project. So because you can choose your concrete panels, there are different ways that you can put them on your walls. So from the picture, you can see that they make use of just rectangular concrete panels, but um, they can still be customized to the liking of the client or of you. So you have a very you have a very wide choice. You have a very wide choice of how you want to design your home. Uh, so these are the references that we used for our report, and this is this has been the group to represent wall materials. Thank you.